UBC News Tonight is coming to you live from the Nile Avenue. Very good evening. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha, joined by Magalu Mohammed on sign language. Today, the President, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has made changes in the Police High Command, naming former Director of Counter-Terrorism Abasi Byakagaba as the new Inspector General of Police and James Ochaya as the Deputy Inspector General of Police. The changes have led to the recalling of several UPDF members from the police, with the expectations and the exceptions of AIGP Brigadier Christopher Damlida, the Crime Intelligence Director, and AIGP Tom Magambo, the Criminal Investigations Director. The recalled UPDF officers include Major General Tumusiime Katsigazi, the former Deputy IGP, and Brigadier General AIGP Godfrey Goloba, who has been the Director of Human Resource Development. Ivan Kawa with a report.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has reassigned senior officers in the Uganda Police Force, as confirmed by the Deputy Presidential Press Secretary Farouk Chirunda through his Twitter handle. Assistant Inspector General of Police Abasi Byakagaba has been appointed as the new Uganda Police Chief, replacing Martin Okoth Ochola, whose tenure had expired. Byakagaba previously served as the Director of Counter-Terrorism at the Uganda Police Force, where he was responsible for investigating, disrupting and responding to terrorist incidents in Uganda. Working with other security agencies, Byakagaba has been instrumental in dismantling ADF terrorist cells nationwide and arresting key suspects involved in criminal activities.
Well, this is the room where these ADF people have been storing their things, as you can see. These are quite many of them. This is like a storage facility for the activities they have been conducting.
He brings extensive experience and knowledge in security operations, having undergone specialized training in counterterrorism in the United States. Senior Commissioner of Police David Waswa has been appointed the new Police Counterterrorism Director, a position previously held by Byakagaba. Assistant Inspector General of Police James Ochaya has been named the new Deputy Inspector General of Police, replacing Major General Tumusiime Katsigazi, who has been recalled to the UPDF for redeployment. AIGP James Ochaya was formerly the Director of Research and Planning in the Uganda Police and played a key role in assessing police operations for strategic development, including the construction of police posts across the country.
So for us now, what we are planning now to do is to gauge our response at the time of receipt of the information. We clock it so that if we get any complaint or delay, then we go backwards and say, yes, what time did you receive this information?
Senior Commissioner of Police Moses Kafero has been appointed the new Human Resources Director, replacing Brigadier Godfrey Goloba, who returns to the UPDF. Senior Commissioner of Police Frank Mwesigwa has been appointed the new Police Operations Director, replacing AIGP John Nwajira, who has been appointed the new Field Force Unit's Commandant. Other changes include the reposting of AIGP Kali Ali Fadi as head of the Field Force Unit to the Directorate of Fire Prevention and Rescue Services as the Director, replacing AIGP Joseph Mugisa. These latest changes have seen almost all UPDF officers in the police force removed, with the exceptions of AIGP Christopher Damlida, the Crime Intelligence Director, and AIGP Tom Magambo, the Criminal Investigations Director. Ivan Kawa, UBC News.
Moving on from that, close to 500 Catholic pilgrims from Nebi Diocese who began the trek to Namgongo earlier this week have entered the fourth day trekking the journey. This Saturday night, the team has arrived in Chigomba in Chidadongo district, where they will spend a night before setting off for Sunday journey, which is expected to drop them at Kafo. Details follow.
This is a group of 500 pilgrims from Nebi Diocese heading to Namgongo Catholic Shrines for this year's Martyrs' Day celebrations. In a journey kicked off on Tuesday, 9th May 2024, the faithfuls have so far covered 127 kilometers as of this Saturday, May 18th.
I'm walking to follow the Christ only. Yes, that's why I decided to follow to foot, not using the motor.
So the experience showed me that with God everything is possible. At first I had fear of moving, but I'm managing it.
As since it's the fourth day today, and things has become a little bit easier.
The young, the old and the disabled all are on one course.
Because, you know, most of the people who are disabled like me, they just think like they are disabled, they cannot do something like the way we are walking. Yeah, even other activity, but I wanted to show them that we also, as the people with disability, we can do something.
Why you see the old, the young, and the lame and the strong one is because of faith.
However, this is a journey full of endurance.
There's a lot of sunshine. That is the challenge we are facing. But still, as a believer, we are trying our best.
Most of them are moving along mountains of prayers.
As you know very well, Namugongo is a prayer point. Most of the people went there just to put their request to God. Me also. I want to go there because I'm lacking something. I want to go and put it to God such that I can succeed. Like if I can say, I have a home, family. Let me say family. I have a family. I have 2 children. I'm lacking this capital. I'm lacking where to stay because things are so expensive. I cannot do it like this. That's why I decided to go and to put all those things to God.
I have so many issues, so I want to surrender them to God. That's why I'm walking.
We are moving because of faith, and more especially to celebrate.
For this one, I and my household, I and my family shall serve the Lord. If you don't want, Sauriak, you can remain. But I for myself and me as Father Beka Charles, I prefer to continue. And my going there is not only just to Namugongo. I'm trying to struggle to go to heaven, which is very difficult, but it's possible. If others can struggle, why not me? Look at Barnabas Kindu struggle went. No, Magali, they went. And many others are going. I want to follow the path.
As you can hear and almost see what is happening here, we are at St. Mary's Church in Chigumba Town Council, where the pilgrims from Nebi Diocese have made their stopover as they spend the Friday in Namugongo tomorrow morning of Sunday. I'm Robert Onyango for UBC News here in Chigumba.
Thank you so much, Robert Onyango. In more stories, the Joint Staff Chief Engineering Brigade General Besjebe Kunda has implored combat engineers and explosive experts to maintain discipline and keep upgrading to reach the zenith of their army careers. Brigadier Besije made these remarks at the pass-out of graduates from Combat Engineering and Explosive Ordnance Devices at the School of Combat Engineers, Karama, in Mobende District.
The Joint Staff Chief Engineering
by the Uganda Tea Corporation. In one of the tough deterrent measures issued, Minister Mayanja directed the District Internal Security Officer of Mukono District, Mbazida Tony, to be arrested.
According to the World Health Organization records, Uganda has a high burden of both communicable and non-communicable diseases, NCDs, with the latter making up to 36% of deaths in 2019. It is this status that the Ministry of Health is seeking to reverse. One sure way is through the employment of self-care methods that include health eating, physical exercises, adherence to medication, stress management, and adequate sleeping time.
As Uganda, as a country, we are now on prevention other than curative. Before you take any medication or any interest to treat yourself, can we first test? That is it. The third one is on NCDs. Our approach, we are seeing a rising number on NCDs, hypertension, sickle cells, and everything. Before marriage, can you first go for tests so that you know whether a person is sickler or not? Can you first know the HIV status of your partner before you tie that knot? So our concept is, can you have a full accountability and responsibility over your life so that you live you can take good decisions and accountability. That is it.
The Ministry of Health, supported by the Uganda Health Federation, hosted key sector players to an orientation session on the merits of promoting self-care in communities.
What we do is that we brought them together today. Our role is to act as a secretariat, meaning we will continue to convene them. We will continue to translate the messages of health into the non-health private sector. We're going to continue to see how in the workplace can we make sure there's a relevant and appropriate occupational health and safety, so that self-care is translated across the value chain, both within health and outside of health.
Dr. Charles Olaro, the Director Curative Services at the Ministry of Health, is optimistic that if embraced, self-care will go a long way in reducing pressure on the health facilities across the country.
As they say that health is made at home and only repaired at the health facilities, then you will reduce the number of those who are coming down. And when you reduce them falling sick, come to the health facilities, it definitely also has savings in terms of the money which they will invest to transport, but also will be able to save in terms of the diseases they have been able to prevent. So that's on the side of individuals. But for the health system, it also will save in that it will save time for the clinicians to be able to concentrate on much more difficult cases.
What the universal health coverage for Uganda is aimed at is to ensure well-being for everyone, ensuring that people are living healthy, people understand the self-awareness that I talked about. People understand what are the health issues, what are those small things that they should be able to understand and then act, make a decision that can benefit them to have a good health.
In places where this program has been rolled out, there are reports indicating that the population is ready to embrace it, though there is need for...
Who always forgets? When after talking to them, a short while they will forget. So we need to follow up. After talking to it and starting to do it, then at later time we need to